The utility of this framework is in understanding how a shock today can have permanent consequences, even though it's a transitory shock. So to look at this, we're going to look at the relationship between wealth today and wealth tomorrow. And in order to understand whether or not you're getting richer or poorer, we need to have the 45-degree line plotted where your income, your wealth, let's say, stays just the same. And that's what we've drawn right here. Now we need to postulate the relationship between wealth today and wealth tomorrow. And poor economics does this in the context of a story of an Indonesian businesswoman who we'll call Abu. And Abu has a business that needs some machinery, sewing machine, raw material, etc., to be profit, just garment manufacturer. And so until she hits a scale of production where she can have those machines, have the raw material she needs, she's simply not capable of running a profitable business. So there's kind of a minimum level of wealth today that she needs before she can really start making more wealth tomorrow. As a result of that story, we can think of characterizing Abu's relationship between wealth today and wealth tomorrow as following an S shape, perhaps something like this. And we see in this S shape that for some level of wealth today, her ability to generate wealth tomorrow will be lower than it is today. So she's maybe will earn, if she had this amount of wealth today, how much would she have tomorrow? It's right here. So then we would see her wealth continuing to decline over time. Now, if she hits the minimum scale necessary to start growing her income, then similarly, she would have an income today that would lead to more wealth tomorrow, which is then more income today, which is more wealth tomorrow, which is more income today, which is more wealth tomorrow, more income, more wealth, and so on, until she hits the stable point, the highest amount of wealth that she's capable of achieving. So now we've got a setting where we can think about the impact of a shock. Suppose we start off with one initial level of wealth today, and we can see that at that level, her wealth tomorrow will be bigger than her wealth today, and so she can have this virtuous path where she's expanding over time her income and seeing it grow and grow and grow. But suppose the shock hits and reduces her wealth from WT, I guess maybe we should call it WT1, to WT2. That's her post-shock wealth. So the shock has decreased her wealth quite a bit. Now, if her wealth is at WT2, the amount of income she can earn is substantively less. So her income tomorrow will be a lot lower, and that'll lead us to an equilibrium where she winds up down to zero pretty quickly. So let's think about what happens. Her income's going to be a lot lower. That's then her new income this period. Her income again decreases, and so on until we get down to zero for her. So putting a narrative around this, imagine we have our Indonesian garment manufacturer, and she is living happily at WT1, accumulating income, getting richer and richer. And then a tsunami comes and damages her factory, making her much poorer. Then she's going to try to make a go of it with her factory, but ultimately she just doesn't have the infrastructure, the quality of materials. So despite her best efforts, she keeps getting poorer and poorer as she attempts to try to run the factory and just can't have enough wealth to repair it and get it back up to WT1. The particular story that's in Poor Economics is not of a tsunami, but of a theft. And so her theft, say, reduces her capital stock and her wealth today. That means she's going to keep trying to run her business, but she's not able to get the materials and get the machinery that she needs to hire good workers, to get good contracts, and she keeps trying to save it, but in the end is just going to converge to an equilibrium of no wealth. So that's a very simple poverty trap model. Like the other poverty trap models that we've seen, it's all coming about through this underlying nonlinearity in returns.